Alrighty, guys. Hello and welcome to yet another stream. Hizzle to the yizzle, my friends. Oh, yes. Here we go. We're going to get ready to jump on in. Starting the Raven Legacy of a Master Thief Remastered. Alright, so let's see here. Let's check our settings. Speech, English, subtitles. You know what? We're just gonna go with that. New game. Chapter 1. We got chapter 1, 2, 3, whatever. Okay. Well, let's start chapter 1, bro. Oh, yeah. Nice. Game looks dope. I hope it's as good as it looks, dude. King Art Games.
The Raven's heir. Soon as one of them's caught, another one takes his place. Hey, Harold, have you read this? Harold?
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 Harold, where are you?
Harold? You hear me? This is no time for fun and games.
Oh shit.
Oh, Copper, we're on the same side.
Copper, what are you doing here? And where's Harold?
Harold? Well, there's another guard back there unconscious. That's probably him. The Eye of the Sphinx. Where is it?
It's there.
Oh, good. Then he hasn't got it yet.
You mean the Raven's heir?
Shh! Turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you know?
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
Do you understand? You and me, mate. We'll be heroes. All right, now, we just have to...
what?
It's gone.
Halt! Stop! You're under arrest!
Raven Remastered. Nice.
I don't have time to play. I'm on duty.
You're funny, but you don't look like a real cop. You don't even have a revolver.
Why do you need the gun?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know who the Raven is, do you? He's the greatest burglar ever. He stole paintings from the Louvre, and those priceless eggs with gold and diamonds and stuff. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
I know who the Raven was. Although, I don't quite buy that bit about the crown jewels. You do know these days there are thieves far more dangerous than your old Raven. 2 days ago, a precious ruby was stolen from the British Museum. There was an explosion. A guard was severely injured.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what the papers say?
You talk too much, Constable.
Zellner, monsieur. Anton Jakob Zellner.
Or did he pull a gun on you?
No, monsieur.
Get a move on.
I like how that guy's name is Jakob.
Legrand.
Middle name Jakob.
It's a great honor to work with a celebrity like you.
We appreciate the support of the Swiss police, but it'd be better if you'd remain seated and keep an eye on things.
But, monsieur, surely I can be of assistance, somehow. I saw a safe being loaded.
We have everything under control. If you'll excuse me, I'll be in the first freight car at the back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful scenery. I am a good observer, and I have finally honed powers of deduction.
Thanks to that?
I watched the people on the platform in Zurich. I know, for example, that man over there is a violinist.
That would be more impressive if there weren't a violin case next to him.
And I believe that the gentleman in the next carriage is a German doctor on his way to Italy to take up a new position.
And what gives you that idea?
There's the rod of Asclepius engraved on his cufflink. And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just taking a holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Too much luggage. And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire in his late 50s.
All right then, Constable...
Zellner.
Constable Zellner. If you're such a clever fellow, what am I doing on this train?
I think you're guarding something.
Oh, really? And what might it be?
I really couldn't say. But it must be very important.
Why is that?
Because you are very important. They wouldn't have assigned the case to you if it were just a trifle.
Let's assume that we really are transporting something very important on this train. And let's assume that it really is my job to see that it arrives safely. Then why isn't the train crawling with police?
You don't want to arouse attention.
Évident. But why not?
It's a trap.
You've got a vivid imagination. I'll give you that. Well, that is impressive, I admit. But the fewer people involved, the better. We'll get along fine without you.
You won't.
Won't? Pardonnez-moi.
I can help. And I will help. You are in my country, and I've been ordered to assist you. And that's
Oh, yeah.
what I'll do, whether you like it or not.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks volumes, Zellner. But this is my show, and I don't need you. Bon voyage.
But how do you know?
Nice, dude.
Oh, hello.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything himself, and you were just pretending to put two and two together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is? That's Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd really tell on me? To the very policeman who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa! It was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
I won't tell him a thing.
I wouldn't either. What's your name again?
Matthew Miller, from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania.
All right, Matthew Miller from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. I have to do my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a little kid.
Nice.
Whether Legrand wants my help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
Yeah, tell me more. Examine the sandwich paper.
This morning I thought I wouldn't be hungry because of all the excitement. Thankfully, I bought a sandwich with me anyway.
Select sandwich paper again. Display has changed and text at the bottom of the screen says take the sandwich. Very good. Now press Y. This opens inventory in which you will see all the items that Constable Zellner is carrying. Use the left stick to select the sandwich paper and press A so that it will be displayed in the top left corner of the screen. Napkin. Now you can use the sandwich paper with other items. Select the apple core and table and press A.
I was so excited this morning that I couldn't eat anything. Needless to say, the second I got on the train, I was famished. Fortunately, I bought an apple. I was so excited this... Fortunately...
Again, select the sandwich paper and press B to examine it.
I wrapped the apple core in the sandwich paper. That way I can carry it without making a mess of my trouser pocket. Still, I'd prefer not to have to carry them all day.
Of course, you can also use the items inside the inventory with each other. Select the paper napkin with A, and then select the sandwich paper in the inventory with A.
The napkin came with the croissant I bought at the train station. A guilty pleasure. I don't need that either.
Let's get rid of it. Dump the litter away from inventory with the ashtray and cylinder's tape.
Every table has its own waste basket. Practical. No need to ever leave your seat.
Too hard, was it? And now everything okay. All right. Nice, dude. Ooh, tank controls. Oh yeah, this is tank controls style.
We Swiss are crazy about trains. We don't just have a lot of railroads. We have the most beautiful ones in the world. We Swiss are crazy about trains. We don't just have a lot of railroads. We have the most beautiful ones in the world. The large map shows the different routes of the Orient Express. This train began in Paris and ends in Istanbul as usual. Unfortunately, it will make most of its journey without me. This is the first car. The coal tender should be directly beyond this door, and in front of it, the engine. The violinist is a good-looking fellow, and he's traveling through the most beautiful mountain landscape in the world. But one can only hope that his violin is better tuned than he.
Hold on. Let's do... Let's try that.
The violinist is a good-looking fellow, and he's traveling through the most beautiful mountain landscape in the world. But one can only hope that his violin is better tuned than he.
Alright. So, it says press A or press B, but like...
We Swiss are crazy about trains. We Swiss are crazy. We don't...
Would you be so kind as to close the window? I don't want to sit in the draft.
Oh, pardon me. The Vicarage in the Mirror. A detective novel by my favorite author, Lady Clarissa Westmacott. For years now, I've been trying to convince my theater group to stage one of her plays. I'll leave it there. I'll pick it up before I get off. The train covers a distance of more than 3,000 kilometers and stops at a dozen places. In many cities, they entertain the travelers with local specialities and culture and adventure, especially in southeastern Europe. Hello, sir.
Hello.
If I'm not mistaken, you're a violinist.
That's true.
A wonderful instrument. The violin music touches the soul.
It sure does.
Play it.
Do you play in an orchestra?
No, orchestras aren't really part of my world.
A solo violinist. The best soloists travel a great deal and make a pile of money, or so they say.
In that case, I'm probably not one of the best.
Are you traveling to Istanbul non-stop?
No. I'll transfer in Venice to a ship. I'm on my way to Cairo.
Cairo?
Hey! On his way to Cairo. Nice, dude. That's pretty cool.
I'm sure your recital will be a great success. But tell me, did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Anything unusual?
Persons acting suspiciously, for instance.
For heaven's sake, is there cause for concern?
Everything is in order, sir. We Swiss are just very cautious people.
I understand. No, I didn't notice anything.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
There could be many reasons for the violinist shaking hand. Strained nerves, an illness. My money's on alcohol. He wouldn't be the first musician who ruined his career that way. The violinist is a good-looking fellow, and he's traveling through the most beautiful mountain landscape. One can only hope that it...
Very kind of you. Thanks. Oh, pardon me.
No problem. The uniform is waterproof. Mr.
Lucio. Professor Edgar Lucio.
Oh, a professor. Are you a scientist? Do you teach at the Sorbonne?
No, I work at the British Museum in London.
You don't say. So, you were, shall we say, an eyewitness to the burglary 2 days ago?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, no?
Well, there was a lot of commotion, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
There was a break-in in your museum, and it didn't concern you?
Well, let's just say that nothing that's happened in the last 2,000 years concerns me.
Inspector Legrand.
The famous Inspector Legrand is on this train. I imagine you know him.
No, should I?
You don't know him? And you also don't know what he's doing here?
No. Well, why should I?
Just a thought. You're a representative of the British Museum. There's a guarded safe on the train.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying to imply. And now, please excuse me.
May I ask where you are going?
Of course. To Venice. I'm going to meet some colleagues there.
Oh, Venice. A beautiful city, or so I'm told.
Indeed. But I really have to take my leave now.
Just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Here? On the train? No. I can't say that I have. Although I did spend most of the time in my compartment.
I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time, but you do understand, don't you, that what concerns me is the present, and especially the robbery at the museum.
Yeah, of course, of course. It's just, I'm in rather a hurry.
You'll get in touch if you notice anything unusual, won't you, Professor?
Of course, Constable. What's this?
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
We'll sort it out somehow. The compartment is locked.
But I didn't lock it. I don't even have a key. I asked the steward. He was going to bring me one, but he never came back.
Someone locked it.
Find the steward. He needs to bring me the key immediately.
Calm down, Professor. I'll see what I can do.
You don't understand. I have to get back in my compartment.
All right, just wait here. The little label on the door reads Baroness von Trebitz. Blue blood on the Orient Express. He doesn't make a very balanced impression. And he, of all people, isn't bothered by a robbery in his own museum. I don't believe it. I never thought I'd ever meet you.
Pardon me, but we'd prefer...
It's all right, Miss Miller. I'd like to speak to the inspector.
Unfortunately, just a constable, Lady Westmacott. I'm reading The Vicarage in the Mirror right now, for the 5th time at least.
That's nice, Constable...
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
This is my companion, Miss Miller.
A pleasure. May I ask what you're doing here? Are you on holiday?
Holiday? Yes, so to speak. The first and last holiday of my life.
Madam?
I've been writing since I was a little girl. It became my job, and now I've stopped. So, this must be a holiday.
You quit writing? Impossible. I have all of your books. Your Detective Partout is my favorite character.
Then I have bad news for you. I killed the old wretch off years ago.
I don't understand.
I'd rather not discuss my work, Constable.
Oh, well, fine. Are you traveling to Istanbul, Lady Westmacott?
No, we are on our way to Venice. From there we will take a ship to Cairo. As you may know, I have a penchant for archaeology. I fund a few excavations in Egypt. I traveled to Egypt by ship as a young woman. And now I'm doing it again as an old woman.
I see. As a writer, you must be very observant. Am I right? I mean, you have to study the behavior of people around you to create the characters in your novels, don't you?
I solved the mystery of human nature a long time ago, Mr. Zellner. Since then, most people just bore me.
Really? I had the impression you were eyeing me suspiciously as I came in.
What do you want to know, Constable?
Did you notice the man who just walked into the next carriage with a cup of tea?
I did. He seemed nervous. He was waiting at the bar for the steward, and since the steward never appeared, he elected to help himself. He took 2 biscuits.
He seems pretty young, but he's already a professor at the British Museum.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to him later. Just out of courtesy, of course.
Of course. Did you notice the blonde man with the violin case?
I certainly did. He introduced himself and tried to make a good impression. People like him are drawn to wealth and fame, like moths to a flame.
But his charms failed on you.
I know him by name. David Kreutzer. He was a drain on my friend's purse.
Do you think he has a money problem?
People like him always have a money problem. No matter how much you give them, they always spend twice as much and complain that they have far too little.
Did you notice anyone else? What about the doctor?
I notice that you've asked me about everyone, except for the inspector who went in the direction of the freight car a few minutes ago. Isn't that the Frenchman who made his name when he caught the Raven?
I wouldn't quite say caught.
Well, shot. Why don't you ask me about him and my theory about what he's doing here?
I don't think we should discuss Inspector Legrand's investigation in public.
Legrand, right. That was his name. Will he save the day again? Or will you, Constable?
As much as I'd like to keep talking, duty calls.
You were right.
Madam?
I did observe you as you came in. You seemed so eager.
It's been a long time since I've had a chance to prove myself, madam.
And this is it? Your chance?
I do hope so.
Then grab it. Even small people can make big changes, as my friend Ronald likes to say.
I shall do my best. Mrs. Miller made a good impression. She wanted to protect Lady Westmacott from me, a pushy admirer. Very diligent. But she does seem a little nervous and tense. I imagine she has her work cut out for her with Matt, and a difficult boss from what they say.
Congery, welcome, welcome. They mentioned Cairo. A few of the people in this game are going to Cairo. How interesting is that? That's quite fascinating. We were just talking about that. Yeah, that's really cool. The guy said they're going to Egypt.
Mrs. Miller made a good impression, but I imagine... The steward must have forgotten the toothpicks. Normally he would offer them discreetly after dinner. The steward must have forgotten the toothpicks. Normally he would offer them discreetly after dinner.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Congery. Appreciate it, my friend. Much appreciated. Thank you.
I suppose the steward won't object to me having a look around in his absence.
Yeah, this is in like the 1936 or something. I think the game takes place in 1936. And yeah, the train is quite fancy.
Pad on which the steward writes orders. Empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's not much to do today. Butterscotch. I've loved them since I was a child. They're only
I like butterscotch
they
too.
don't play nice with false teeth.
I like butterscotch too.
A shortwave radio. It's amazing how small these things have become in the last 10 years. Perhaps he keeps the compartment keys in there. Locked. Where could he be? The steward probably uses the scissors on how to open packages. These days, nearly everything is sealed up tight. A colleague recently told me about dry powdered soup in small bags. I couldn't believe it. This is the steward's own little kingdom. But as long as he's not around, he won't be upset if I take a look.
Well,
the pad on which the steward writes orders empty. Maybe he didn't use it because...
maybe we should just... Yeah, I think we did everything there. Let's go out. Let's go talk to this guy.
I made the acquaintance of Dr. Gebhardt on the platform in Zurich.
Yeah, you should definitely, when you start streaming, you should go to Streamlabs like I did, and you can set up the donations through Streamlabs. If you have any kind of debit card or anything like that, you can set it up. That's what I did. I set it up with my PayPal account, technically. So yeah, anytime anyone sends me a donation through here, it goes right to my PayPal, and then I can send it to my debit card or whatever. I actually raised some money a while ago for Mama Hills, and she had surgery a while ago. No, PayPal is all free. Streamlabs is all free. You don't have to pay for anything if you don't want to. Like, you can sign up for like a pro version of Streamlabs stuff, I think, but like I've been using just the free variant stuff. It's fine.
Tell me, did you notice anything suspicious here on the train or in Zurich?
You mean, except for the fact that my suitcase was stolen on the platform? No. Is there any reason to be concerned?
No, just routine.
Constable Zellner, please don't think I'm naive. I spotted the inspector from Interpol. Legarde is his name, if I recall correctly.
Legrand.
If you say so. At the train station in Zurich, he put a cash box into the safe, and then kept close watch as it was loaded onto the train. Don't tell me that a man at his pay grade routinely tramps across the Alps just to keep an eye on cash boxes.
A cash box? Like the ones you'd find in safe deposit boxes?
Precisely. And I believe we both have a good idea just what's inside.
Yeah, Mama Hills is doing great. She had surgery a while ago, but yeah, she's good. She's good, my friend. Very good. She's been having a little trouble with like her memory and things, and so she went to get a brain scan, or going to get a brain scan soon. Make sure everything's okay, but she is like 62 now, I think. Mama Hills is 62. So yeah, I think some of that just comes with older age.
I do indeed have a theory, but what's yours?
A ruby was stolen in London. One of the legendary Eyes of the Sphinx. The second jewel, an emerald, is rumored to be in a Swiss bank vault, if I remember correctly. Both jewels were supposed to be exhibited together in Cairo for the first time in 50 years. It does make one wonder.
If I recall correctly, we set up a donation setup for $200 USD, and we ended up getting like $350 total to go towards Mama Hills' recovery and all that. I mean, we made 150 over the goal. That was insane. Yeah, we made like $150 more than what we actually were looking for to help her out. It was insane.
Any news about the robbery in London?
Quite something, wasn't it? It must have been professionals. The way they disabled one of the best security systems in the world. Most impressive.
People were injured.
Well, One cannot execute a robbery of that scale without collateral damage. It seems like the Raven has finally found a worthy successor. We can look forward to new and spectacular coups.
I'm afraid I won't enjoy his exploits this time around if the new Raven is so reckless.
That's your prerogative.
Yeah, Streamlabs is very easy to use too, Congery. It's very easy. So, if you need any help, let me know. We'll get you set up and stuff. I can help you out. And yeah, it's pretty easy though. I mean, I went in, set it up. You link it to your YouTube account or your Twitch or both. Like I linked it to both. So I actually have Streamlabs linked to my Twitch account and my YouTube account, but I mostly stream on YouTube. So, but yeah, it's really easy to use. It's very user friendly.
May I borrow your newspaper?
You can take the section with the article on the burglary. You're interested in that bit, aren't you?
You caught me out.
Here you go.
Dankeschön. There's something else. Do you know where the conductor is?
I'd like to know that myself. I told him to search for my missing suitcase in Zurich. He hasn't got back to me yet. He's probably in cahoots with the thieves and didn't bother getting back on the train. If we don't crack down on vermin like them, the rabble will rule the world one day.
Well, at the moment, we still don't know what really happened.
He is not here doing his job. That's bad enough.
Auf Wiedersehen, Dr. Gebhardt.
Goodbye, Constable. It was a pleasant chat, really.
I'm excited for your first stream, my friend. I'm excited to be there tonight when you go live, play some Hello Neighbor. I'm actually quite excited for that. That's going to be awesome, dude.
I made the acquaintance of Dr. Gebhardt on the platform in Zurich.
Excuse me.
I'd better let him read his newspaper if I don't have any pressing questions.
Alright, let's take a look around here real quick. So we did the bar. Alright, let's go through the door then.
A box with a padlock. I suppose it contains tools for the train's crew, maybe for coupling and uncoupling the cars. At any rate, it's positioned so that it's easier to reach from the ground than from up here. Locked.
Bang, bang!
Huh?
Don't move!
Mad, have you gone mad?
I'll shoot! Hey, my pistol!
You'll get it back in Venice. I could have fallen under the wheels.
I thought you were a ghost.
Ghosts don't exist.
They do too. One just flew past the window.
Yes, sure. Now get moving.
Oh, man.
I strongly suspect that the door is locked. No, it's open.
I don't know about some of you guys, but I lived in a haunted house.
Put the gun down, Robert.
I totally believe in ghosts and spirits and shit.
If I
Like
may introduce
demons, whatever it be. I don't know.
Oliver from the yard. And this is the revered Constable Zellner of the Swiss police, who obviously couldn't control his curiosity.
I hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman, can undertake investigations in my own country.
Are we still in Switzerland?
I could be your eyes on the train, as long as you're here in the freight car.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, you're downloading Streamlabs. You don't even have to download it if you don't want to. You can just do it through the web browser. I never downloaded Streamlabs. I just do it through the web browser. But you can do either one. Yeah, either one's fine.
There is a certain Professor Lucien on the train. He's an archaeologist from London.
And what's his story?
Well, it seems someone locked him out of his compartment.
Locked him out?
Well, yes. The door is locked and he's standing outside without a key.
Was it locked from inside?
It may have been. Do you think the locked door could be important?
Professor Lucien plays an important role in this story. Well then, Constable Zellner, be my eyes and ears on the train and see that Professor Lucien gets back into his compartment. Report back to me when you're through.
My pleasure, monsieur. I go attend to the door now.
Good. And, Constable Zellner?
Yes?
Don't bother us unless you have something new to report.
Of course. A thief might get anxious if there's too much activity in the freight car.
Exactement. Knock twice. Then we'll know that it's you.
Understood.
All right.
An investigation on behalf of Legrand that takes me one step closer. If I can convince him of my competence, I might even be able to see this case through to the end.
Oh, Constable?
Yes, ma'am.
My son didn't make any trouble for you, I hope. It's just that he just walked past us, silent and seething. That's usually a sign that someone's laid down the law.
I'm afraid so. He played a trick on me, a rather dangerous one. The lad left me no choice but to take away his wooden pistol as a punishment.
I understand. And thank you. Maddie is a very lively child. Sometimes he needs a strong fatherly hand.
Where is Matt's father, if I may ask?
He's gone.
Ah, I understand.
Could you, leave Maddie's pistol here, perhaps? So you don't have to bother with it?
Of course. I told him he wouldn't get it back until Venice.
Very well. Thank you again, Constable.
Yeah. Nice.
Perhaps a thoughtful conductor noticed that Professor Lucien wasn't in his compartment and locked it. You can easily lock the compartment door from inside by turning a little knob.
But I didn't lock it.
Yo, what's up, devil?
If you had locked the door from in there, you wouldn't be out here.
That's true.
How's it going, devil? Good to see you, bro.
Luna's Drops, the calming herbal liqueur for women. A glass a day. It relaxes the nerves and maintains domestic tranquility. Luna's Drops, if you don't want to bother your husband.
Doing good, just doing chores on your day off. Nice, dude. Alright.
A story about the upcoming Oscars and Cleopatra's chances of winning. An incredible feat. They built the largest movie set of all time in Rome. And because of the main actress's many illnesses, several changes of director and months of delays, $40 million. The most expensive movie ever made. A record never to be broken. John Surtees won the Formula One World Championship for the first time on Saturday. He also won the World Championship in motorcycle racing from 1956 to 1960, making him the only man in motorsports to win world championships in both motorcycle and Formula One events. Not really my cup of tea. Too loud, too fast, too much exhaust.
We need the key, bro. I'm doing really good, Devil. Doing really good, bro.
I'd better let him...
How come we didn't get the key, bro?
Inspector Legrand?
Anything to report?
Then I was right. You really do want to lure someone into a trap.
That's none of your business.
Perhaps that someone recently struck in London.
And how would I bait my trap then?
With an eye? An eye on its way from Zurich to Cairo?
Someone has done his homework. Well done, Constable.
Yeah, I hope you're having a good day off, Devil. Hope you're having a good day, dude.
What do you know of this Raven's heir?
He tried to blow me up.
Robert, we don't know who we're dealing with yet.
In any event, the new Raven is a more dangerous man than the old one.
How do you know it's a man? It could just as easily be a woman.
Or several men.
And anyway, how do you know that it's a new Raven?
Monsieur?
Never mind.
I'll get back to work now.
Good.
We gotta find the key, man. We gotta help that cat into his fucking...
Yes, what is it?
Whoever that is, James, ask them whether they found my purse and then closed the door. The noise on this train is driving me crazy.
You're missing a purse. Was it stolen?
At the very least, I cannot find it, sir.
It was stolen.
When was the last time the Baroness saw her purse?
What?
In Zurich, on the platform, sir.
I just asked where you last saw your purse.
In Zurich on the platform. James, tell him that I still had it when I got out to stretch my legs.
The Baroness says...
Maybe you lost it there.
What?
The Baroness never loses anything, sir.
I never lose anything.
Fair. I shall be on the lookout for your purse. If I might ask you a few questions about your fellow passengers.
I thought he was looking for my purse. James, tell him to look for my purse.
The Baroness wishes that you search for her purse.
But couldn't we perhaps... All right. First, the purse. I will have a look around.
Thank you, sir.
Professor Lucien?
Yes? Do you have the key?
Actually, I wanted...
Please. I have to go back to my compartment.
He doesn't make a very balanced impression. And he, of all people, isn't bothered by a robbery in his own museum. Should I ask for an autograph? That would be quite unprofessional. But on the other hand... Hello, Matt. Oh, come on. Are you going to be angry with me for the rest of the trip?
Until I get my pistol back.
I gave it to your mother.
Oh, man. Couldn't you have just raked me over the coals?
Would you have learned anything from that?
I didn't learn anything from this either.
Yeah, little dick.
Matt doesn't really seem to be content.
Little bastard.
The violinist is a good-looking fellow. and his triple one can... If I may trouble you once more. A passenger is missing her purse. Perhaps you've seen it.
So, there are thieves on the train.
It's been missing for some time now. Probably since Zurich.
The Swiss don't let go of money easily, do they?
Hey, welcome back.
No, I haven't seen the purse.
Have a good trip.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, yeah.
I like the book. It describes life in a small English village. The characters are lifelike, and you can tell that it's based on the author's own experiences.
Alright, so we gotta figure out, let's go back, talk to her.
Lady Westmacott.
Yes?
I was wondering if you might...
Sign your book, Constable Zellner?
If it isn't too much of an inconvenience.
Of course it's an inconvenience, but only a small one.
Yeah, I recommend OBS, not Streamlabs OBS. I recommend regular OBS. Yeah, you'll need that to stream.
Thank you so very much.
You have to link your Steam, you have to link your stream key from YouTube and stuff to, well, basically you'll have to link your YouTube account to OBS, and then you can set up a stream. Yeah, yep. Yeah, OBS is a nice program. That's what I'm using right now to stream, is just regular OBS. It's totally free, no, you don't have to pay anything or do anything, no subscriptions, nothing. It's really nice. I love OBS.
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
Ah, Mr. Zellner.
I meant to ask, the Baroness is missing her purse.
A Baroness? This train is really full of the creme de la creme. The Queen of Crime is over there, and now a Baroness as well.
Have you seen the purse?
Unfortunately, no. Do you know Lady Westmacott? You were talking to her.
Well, I'm an admirer of her work.
Like so many others. I once read in the newspaper that only Shakespeare and the Bible sell more copies than her crime novels.
I read that too.
She must be filthy rich. As a doctor, I'd have to work 1,000 years to earn that kind of money.
Auf Wiedersehen, Dr. Gebhardt.
Goodbye, Constable. It was a pleasant chat, really.
I think when you download, you have to download OBS, and when you download it, it'll, when you install it, it'll ask you to link your YouTube and stuff to it, and then you can set things up basically through that. It's pretty easy, and they explain a lot of it for the most part. Like, they have like a step-by-step guide. I'm pretty sure there's like a tutorial thing built right into OBS to tell you like what to do. But excuse me.
The box is secured with a padlock. I won't be able to open it without a key.
Alright, give me just a minute, guys. I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. guys, let's see here. We gotta figure out what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing. Can we go there?
The ladder leads up to the roof.
Yeah.
Climb up there while the train is at full speed. The wind, tunnels. No, I'll stay down here.
Damn. Let's go back in then.
Maybe if I just suck it.
Examine the butterscotches.
I need a bit of wire or something like that to pick the lock.
What about toothpick?
This is the steward's own little kingdom. But as long as he's not around, he won't be upset if I take a look.
Downloading OBS right now. All right, nice.
The pad on which the steward writes orders, empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's not much to do today. Pad on which the steward writes orders, empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's not much to do today.
Oh yeah, you can link PayPal. You can use debit. Yeah. Yes, indeedy. That's how I set mine up. I use debit and link PayPal and my debit and stuff. Yeah. You don't need a credit card or anything like that. You're on, I don't think you have to link a card to PayPal to use it. But if you want to actually have access to the money on a card, then yeah, you would have to link a card. But I don't think it's, like, required. Because I had my PayPal without a bank account or anything linked to it for a long time. So I think so. I'm not 100% though, my friend. I'm not 100%. Let's try giving this cat butterscotches.
Would you like a butterscotch?
You think you can bribe me?
I have no reason to. You made trouble and got punished for it. Take it as a peace offering.
Just 4?
If I'm faster than you, there'll only be 3.
Hell yeah.
Friends again? All right then. And no dangerous nonsense anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so... let's talk about this.
Tell me, have you seen the steward anywhere?
No. He was walking around a little while ago, though.
Hopefully they didn't forget him in Zurich.
What's he supposed to do?
I'm looking for a key to open a compartment door.
Did you check his things behind the counter?
I'm sure the drawers will be locked.
Can't you break it open? Or pick the lock like the Raven?
Perhaps. But I'd need a piece of wire or something like that.
Ask my mom. She has a lot of hairpins. She doesn't like the wind messing up her hair.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, nice, dude.
The Baroness in the second compartment over there is missing her purse. Do you have any idea where it could be?
Do I ever? That guy over there with the violin case?
What about him?
He picked up something in Zurich and put it in his violin case.
Really?
Yeah, and he made sure that nobody saw him.
But you saw him.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Congery, question.
Nah, not really. But now that I think of it, it must have been the Baroness's purse.
I should look into it, shouldn't I?
I think so.
Do you have, like, a prepaid debit card or something? Because if you have, like, a prepaid debit, yeah, you can link that to your PayPal, and then if you get, like, say you get a donation through your stream using the Streamlabs stuff, then you can just transfer the money right to your debit card. Yeah, that's how I do it. So, like, it'll go right to my PayPal, it'll sit in the PayPal account, and then you can just withdraw the money into a debit card. That's what I do.
How old are you, Matt?
In 8 months, I'll be 9 years old.
And do you already know what you want to be when you grow up? A burglar?
No, we'll see. Maybe an actor.
Really? Well, I don't know. You need a lot of talent for that. I'm an actor in a theater group, you know?
You are?
Oh, yes. And I'm one of the best in our group, if I may say so. I get really deep into my roles, you know? I don't just talk like the character. I think like him. I become him. It's the only way to... Matt, are you okay?
I think you just have to be good at copying things to be an actor.
That wasn't bad. Disturbing, but not bad.
You're on a laptop, aren't you? So you have a built-in webcam. I'm on a desktop PC with no webcam. So that's a good question. That's a good question, actually. Well, technically, if you're using just like regular OBS, I'm on OBS 30.2.3. I think, see, like, to me, it wanted me to set up a webcam and stuff, but I don't have one. So I never ended up actually doing it. But I'm not sure exactly.
Your mother is Lady Westmacott's companion, correct?
Yeah, but it's not like you think. At first I thought, boy, you must be really wicked if you need to pay for friends. But the lady's really okay. A bit odd and really old. But other than that, she's great. She likes me.
The lady has peculiar taste.
Hey!
You and your mother, do you both live on Lady Westmacott's estate?
I'm only there for the holidays. Most of the time I'm at boarding school.
I imagine that's not very pleasant.
No, it's fine. I have friends there. You always have to be so quiet in the lady's house. And I'm not allowed to bring any friends.
Such a big house with so many places to hide. And no one to play hide and seek with.
You said it.
And how long has your mother worked for the lady?
2 years.
And your father? What does he do?
He stayed home. I used to go fishing with him, and hunting. He even let me shoot a real gun.
And then?
Then Mom fought with him, and he left. I was 7.
So long.
So longer.
Alright, so now we can go talk to what's-her-face and,
The violin case looks pretty old, but that doesn't say anything about the quality of the violin. The best violins are often in the oldest cases.
now we go talk to what's-her-face and maybe get a bobby pin.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Oh, I'm afraid not. I was totally focused on my work.
She's always got an awful lot to do, my Mary.
You have to tell me if that's not all right with you.
Good Lord, child. Knit as much as you want.
So, nothing out of the ordinary?
No, Constable.
Good deal, Congery. Hell yeah, my friend. Glad you figured it out. Good deal.
Please excuse my unusual request, but Matt said you have some hairpins. Could I borrow one?
One of my hairpins?
It's a long story. It would be a big help.
Well, if you really need one.
Go ahead, Mary. The constable won't do it any harm. Will you, Mr. Zellner?
Of course not, madam.
Is this one okay?
It'll do nicely, madam. How very kind of you. Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye.
Sweet. Now we can go get in the fucking thing. Sweet.
Who'd have thought that one day butterscotch would remind me of my age and of all the things I had to leave behind?
Still want to test it. Can't wait until I'm able to stream. I bet. Yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see you stream, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
I need a bit of wire or something like that to pick the lock. I don't want to imply that I'm an expert, but I think that this could pick a normal lock. And suddenly, it's me who's the thief on the train.
All right.
That was easier than expected. Batteries, a toothbrush, shaving brush, but not the key to the compartment door. Just this one. Too small for the door, but it might still be useful.
Oh, hold on. I know. Let's go back to the fucking... Yeah, bro. Nice, dude. Let's go this way. We're gonna open the little lockbox on the side of the train now. There we go.
That's it. There we go. This should help.
Yeah. Now we got... What is that? Pliers. Okay. we can fucking pry that shit open or something.
I bet I could really get a grip on the bolt with these.
Well, come on then, hurry up.
There you go, bud. There you go, bud.
I barely left the window ajar.
Nothing to see.
Oh, shit. When you set up a stream on OBS, the chat will be on, you can have the chat in OBS, and I also open my phone, and I have my phone sitting here, and that's how I generally read the chat. I just have it sitting there, and I can read the chat from my phone here. Because I have a monitor, and then I have my TV across the room with OBS running on it. But it's too far away to really read it. I can kind of read it, but it's kind of far away. So I just use my phone, open up my stream on the phone, and then I read it from there.
Do you have any idea why the door was locked?
I don't know. Maybe the constant vibrations caused the lock to lock itself.
You can't possibly believe that.
Well, then what's your theory?
The conductor could have locked it from the outside. On the other hand, it could have been someone here in the compartment who locked the door from the inside.
Who? And where have they gone?
They could have climbed out there.
Insane.
You tell me, Professor.
Did you get OBS or Streamlabs OBS? Because if you're using just OBS, like I'm using, either one, honestly, but yeah, I'm using just OBS, and the chat's in there on OBS. Like, so when you start your stream, it'll be in there. I have the chat box next to the preview window and everything. And yeah, I can see the chat. And then also I got my stream open on my phone, and I'm just reading it from here. But yeah, either way, if you're using Streamlabs OBS or OBS, you can read the chat through either of those. Yeah.
So, what are you hiding in your bag? What do you have that would be worth stealing?
No, nothing.
No valuables?
Certainly not. Not on my salary.
It was enough for a first-class compartment on a luxury train.
That's my business.
You're playing a dangerous game, Professor Lucien. I'd like to look around a bit.
Of course.
Assuming there really was someone in the compartment, and he climbed out the window, where's he gone? What's this?
The button.
What do you have there?
It's a button. From a suit or a uniform, I guess.
The burglar might have lost it.
Maybe. Or maybe not. If I
Okay.
notice anyone with a missing button on his jacket, I'll ask him about it. But I wouldn't get my hopes up. If there was a burglar, he climbed out the window and jumped off the train.
So, Streamlabs OBS and OBS are very similar, but I find that OBS is a little more lightweight. Streamlabs is a little more bloated. It's got more features and this and that, but it's a little more bloated. Like, it has just more to it. I find OBS, just regular OBS, to be a little easier to use, to be honest. But either one works. I tried Streamlabs before and I used it very briefly, but I prefer OBS over Streamlabs OBS. But I use OBS with Streamlabs linked to my YouTube and other stuff, so then I can go into OBS and Streamlabs. Then I can set up like the donations. You can set timers for like your messages and other things. So I use regular OBS with Streamlabs, and then it's all connected to my YouTube. That's how I did it.
I really wonder what the professor is hiding from me. But I can't just rifle through the luggage of innocent citizens. This is the 60s.
Oh wait, we're in the 60s. I thought it was 30s, but yeah, that's right. We're in the 60s. That's right.
No, nothing interesting. The Bible, Grimm's fairy tales, Moby Dick, and gin, whiskey, and rum. All classics. He's hiding something from me, and I have to find out what it is. Did the burglar leave any clues? Here's something. Might be fingerprints.
Ah, okay. Fingerprints now.
Wow. That's a very nice fountain pen. Pricey.
If you'd managed to decode hieroglyphics that boggled the best minds of the last 3,000 years, you'd have received a gift like that as well.
Oh, let me give you another tip, Congery. Let me give you one more tip. If you're, I don't know what your internet's like, but do go to speedtest.com, find out what your internet is, and that'll be a good factor for how well you're going to stream too, because you're going to want to find out what your download speed is, and generally you're going to want to go off your upload speed. So like me, I have anywhere between like 18 and 25 megabyte upload, but I end up only streaming at about 10 to 12,000 kilobytes or 10 to 12 megabyte upload. And my streams always end up looking really good, so I would do a speed test to find out what your internet speed is.
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye.
Let's actually go back in real quick.
Door is open.
How can I help you, Constable Zellner?
I'd like to have a look around the compartment.
Oh, of course.
He's hiding something from me, and I have to find out what it... Professor Lucien?
Yes?
Oh, nothing.
Well, good.
Pills for my heart. I'm supposed to take one if I have trouble. My daughter insisted that I take them with me. She was strongly against this little adventure, but I wasn't about to change my mind.
Okay. Well...
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye.
Let's go this way. Let's go back out. So we can save the game at any time. Actually, let's go ahead and save real quick. Let's go this way.
I doubt the violinist will let me have a look in his case. Excuse me, sir. About the purse.
Ah, yes? Has it been found?
Someone saw you with your violin case on the platform in Zurich.
What's the meaning of this? I didn't steal anything.
Nobody said you did. I just wanted to ask you whether you might have noticed anything on the platform.
Ah, well...
Why did you think I was accusing you?
Well, I thought because you mentioned my violin case in the context of the purse.
Apropos, may I have a look at your violin? It must be a very extraordinary piece.
Oh, that's not possible. It's a genuine Guarneri.
Very valuable.
Very. And also very sensitive.
What could harm it here? Light? Air? May I ask you to open the violin case?
No, you may not. I'm not guilty of anything.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
Then I'm afraid you need a warrant. I will not stand back and let you rifle through my belongings.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Okay, he's acting shady. That's fucked up.
The Baroness seems to have a special personality. I'd better not bother her until I find her purse.
Okay, so we can't talk to them either. Okay. Let's go see the... what's it call him? The inspector guy and other stuff. Yeah, let's go check them out.
Pardon me, sir.
We could have used you a few minutes ago. I made the acquaintance of Dr. Gebhardt on the platform in Zurich. I'd better let him read his newspaper if I don't have any pressing questions. Inspector Legrand?
Anything to report?
I got Professor Lucien into his compartment using a pair of pliers.
Did you notice anything inside the compartment?
The window was open. Someone could have climbed out.
And the professor?
Acted suspiciously. He rummaged around in his leather bag.
And?
He seemed to have found what he was searching for.
Good. Good work.
Now, perhaps you could give me some information.
All right. We should... What?
Uh-oh.
The light's gone out. Flashlights!
Ah! Get off me!
There, sir. An envelope.
Raven.
My dear Nico, you should take a closer look at the box. R.
What the dickens? It's a...
Away with it! Take cover!
Oh, shit. Damn, son.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Is everyone all right? Are you hurt?
Damn, son.
Quick thinking. Well done, Zellner.
I think the tunnel collapsed.
Then he's trapped. Hurry, we have to lock the second exit.
Sir, there's a fire up ahead. The engine's burning.
It's a distraction. Hurry, block the exit.
But sir...
The fire will consume all the oxygen.
He's right, Inspector. A fire in a narrow tunnel is extremely dangerous.
Merde. Go to the front of the train, find the engineer, and tell him to move the train out of the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready? You have to uncouple the freight car. You understand?
I understand.
I'll see to the passengers. They should all wait in the tunnel. We'll check each one in turn as they go out.
Let's get to it. A lot was damaged by the sudden stop, but the bowl was thick enough to survive the fall. My God, what a fire. I hope Constable Oliver can at least reach the engine.
Alright, so guys, this game's actually starting to get pretty good. But I might have to take a little break.
Oh, pardon me. I did not mean to scare you.
What are you doing here, Doctor?
Legrand asked me to check whether there are any passengers left on the train.
Really? No one is here, except for me and you.
Excellent. Then I will continue searching at the front.
I might have to take a little break, guys. But I want to play. I kind of want to start Alien Isolation today, too. I played some of this. I might switch up, play some Alien. I've been thinking about it.
Anyone act suspiciously before the explosion? Did anyone leave their seat, for example?
I was the only one on the train who wasn't seated when the freight car exploded. Thank God. Otherwise, I would have been caught by the blast as well.
You certainly were lucky.
Perhaps I was. What happened over there? The inspector said something about gas canisters that exploded.
If Inspector Legrand says so, it must be so, right?
I have been to war, and this was no minor explosion. I rather doubt that the freight car was packed to the roof with gas canisters.
The investigations are ongoing, but first we have to get the burning train out of the tunnel.
Of course.
How are the passengers?
They are in a state of shock, of course. The blackout and the sudden stop were frightening enough, but then the explosion, the dust. Everyone rushed for the exits. I was helping the American woman bring Lady Westmacott to safety. They are waiting outside in the tunnel. One entrance is blocked by a fire, and the other one seems to have collapsed.
Continue to search the train. I'll decouple the buried freight car.
All right.
Doctor? Can you give me a few matches?
Oh, certainly.
Thanks. I'll meet you outside.
Do hurry.
All right.
I should concentrate on uncoupling the freight car. I'm positive that Legrand has everything else under control.
Okay. Maybe we should go this way then. Let's look at this shit.
I noticed the extinguisher earlier. Doesn't match the decor. I suppose that the railway company had to comply with safety regulations at the cost of aesthetics. The chair either fell over thanks to the sudden stop, or an escaping passenger knocked it over. Wanting to get off the train as quickly as possible after a sudden stop and a massive tremor, that's understandable. I noticed the extinguisher earlier. Doesn't match the decor. I suppose that the railway company had... It'd be useless against the fire out there, and it's too cumbersome to carry around. At best, I can use it here. I don't see Legrand or the constable, but I can make out the silhouettes of some of the passengers. They seem to be unscathed. All the same, the fire is getting bigger, and I don't have much time. The inspector's trap failed. The thief must have got wind of it. Worse than that, he turned the tables. To win a game of cat and mouse, you have to know who is the cat and who is the mouse. The wheels came off the track during the explosion. Even if it were possible to pull the car out of the rubble, you wouldn't get far with it. I'm sure I could uncouple the car if I only had enough light to see what I'm doing. There's a noticeable draft here. Maybe it's because of the fire, or perhaps there's still a hole through which the air is coming. The latter will be quite welcome. It will buy us some more time. I'm sure I could uncouple the car if I only had enough light to see what I'm doing.
Okay, so what about
the door saved our lives. It reduced the impact of the explosion and protected us from shrapnel. It's still quite warm and too warped to open. Hello? Nothing. Some matches, and half of the book to get the flame going. I think the noise could have come from the roof of the saloon car.
Okay. Well, let's go back in here.
The other passengers escaped from the train. I can see their silhouettes in the light of the fire. If I don't hurry up and uncouple the freight car, they'll suffocate. A fine, but rather heavy curtain. The surface shimmers and feels smooth. Probably doesn't burn easily, like the tablecloths. Safety regulations require it, which, given the present situation, is actually a good thing. I should concentrate on uncoupling the freight car. I'm positive that Legrand has everything else under control. I noticed the extinguisher earlier. Doesn't match the deck. I suppose that must be good for something. All right, let's go. Carling Black Label, a British beer. This is the first torch I ever made. It's not too bad if I do say so myself.
So...
Ah, it's smoking and the curtain's turning black, but it's not actually catching fire. I don't know what kind of material this is made of. Something that's not easy to set alight at any rate. I'll have to try something else.
Okay. Okay, so we're slowly, very slowly figuring this out.
Carling Black Label, a British beer. No good. Insufficient alcohol content. For practical purposes, I mean, not for drinking. The fire is sucking the oxygen out of the tunnel and filling it with poisonous carbon monoxide. Here in the Alps there have been dozens of catastrophes in tunnels that ended with death by asphyxiation. But not on my watch.
Alright. Cool.
Whiskey, scotch, rum, liqueurs, enough to entertain everyone on the train all the way from Paris to Istanbul. Whiskey, scotch, rum, liqueurs. High-proof rum. Could be useful.
Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to save again. And... yeah. Alright, guys. Well, hey, thanks for hanging, everybody. This has been really cool. But, we're going to wrap this one up. I got a few things to take care of, and we're going to come back with something else for a little bit, I think. Maybe some Alien. I've also thought about maybe starting a Link's Awakening. The remake of Zelda Link's Awakening. I don't know yet. But, yeah, no problem. Thank you for hanging out. Much appreciated, guys. Alright, well, I'll be back in a little while later. Alright, guys, take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging, and bye-bye for now.